Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise to support the statement made by the Finance Committee, read by Dr. Boni Halwale. Speaker, I really want to appreciate the committee for putting in place a very credible process of trying to vet this nominee to SRC. Mr. Speaker, it would do us, we would be wise, Speaker, to follow the example of the Finance Committee led by Ali Roba, and perhaps take some of the examples that they have given us today as a nation. Even in the recent vetting process that we've seen on the weekend, Chair, with cabinet secretaries being vetted, I wish that some of these principles, some of these steps that the Finance Committee took would have been taken as well. Mr. Speaker, Abdi O actually said that this is not a cabinet, it's a closet. And the reason is because of things that were not duly followed, procedures that were not duly followed in the minds of Kenyans. Listening to several Kenyans, Speaker, the overwhelming view of the public is that it was a political pawn game that served only to confirm the fidelity of politicians to their friends and not to the act of building a stronger nation. Mr. Speaker, they said it was a sham. They said it was a mockery, with Parliament having abdicated its duty of challenging the genuineness of this process, unlike what the Finance Committee have shown us today. A cosmetic exercise with a shallow questioning, they said, with the chairperson even throwing bail at the nominees on numerous occasions and even answering on their behalf at times directly or with anecdotes of times gone by. I didn't hear from the report from Boni Halwale that our Finance Committee chair did the same thing because he understands the process of the importance of following a process duly. This seems to be another exercise in household chores, where laundry was being done to try and remove stains so that they wash, rinse, and repeat in the cabinet. And where stains cannot be removed, Speaker, what they did instead...
1 more minute, Senator Crystal Asige, 1 more minute.
2 minutes.
Senator Sifuna, you're out of order. Proceed to take your minute, Senator Crystal Asige. Proceed.
Speaker, I was saying that people had been poured into the mix of dirty water to act as bleach and turn into the most soiled areas to appear as white as snow in the previously seen vetting of the cabinet secretaries. And it's unfortunate. We listened to many of them with their repetitive, lackluster, and for the most part, visionless responses, Speaker, many of whom were being egged on by the vetting committee because we heard by their own submission that all good old friends. And that is wrong, Mr. Speaker. And that is something that the Finance Committee have shown us is unacceptable for them and for the Senate. And I appreciate for that from them, Speaker. The vetting committee and the cabinet, for the cabinet nominees, unfortunately, Speaker, show that they were just friends who are exchanging seats, musical chairs, because they've known each other for 10 and 20 and 30 years. Frankly, Speaker, it was more exciting waiting for water to boil in my house. With no ideas they had no foresight, no tenacity, just a selection of nominees in a broad-based cabinet, giving broad-based responses, exposing their broad-based competencies, Speaker. And this is the group of people that the president believes and convinced that will take Kenya to the next level? Are these the most outstanding minds we have in our midst? Because Kenyans feel the majority of them were sadly dug up from the bottom of the barrel.